Hey everybody, Pete Civic for CARguing, and I'm going to go on a little unsolicited rant. I heard some musings today about someone that had one of the highest end, probably high dollar builds around, and a bunch of guys who don't have anything to talk about decided they need to talk trash about it. Now, let's talk about a politician. A politician is open to our criticism. You know why? Because they're spending our money. But if you don't like someone's car, unless you're spending your money on it, unless you're funding their build, you really have no creative input on their car. So why dog on it? It's one thing if the vehicle's unsafe and you're calling them out for it. It's one thing if it's a rare vehicle and they are doing something to it. If someone's putting a 2JZ swap in a Yenko Camaro, I suppose you have room to criticize them for it. But you know what? If you don't like the style, if you don't like the creativity of it, you really have no room to trash talk it. Especially if you don't have anything to talk about in the first place. Now, it's one thing if you say something to the effect of, hey, I would have approached it differently. Or you could have said something to the effect of, if it were me, I wouldn't have done this. Or, had you thought about doing this? It's another thing to just come out and say, it was good until you did this. I mean, really, what an asinine, childish, petulant way to act toward other people's builds. It's downright stupid. If you don't like the creative input that somebody put on their vehicle, just keep your mouth shut. There's no excuse for it. There are people that have tremendous skills. I have zero fab skills. I can't make anything. If I want something done right, I have to cut a check. Okay, I can take things apart and put them together. I can't build beautiful things like some guys can. And you know, I see some vehicles where, yeah, I'd have done things differently. I'd have gone with a different color. I'd have gone with a different model. I'd have gone with a different taillight. I'd have gone with a different exhaust. But you know what? It's not my car. So I don't have an opinion on it. The only way I have an opinion on it is if they sell it and whether or not I want to buy it. So just keep your mouth shut. If you don't like the way somebody builds something, keep your mouth shut. It doesn't seem that hard. If you don't like it, keep your mouth shut. If someone's selling a vehicle and you don't like their price, don't buy it. They'll figure it out when it doesn't sell. I'm not saying you can't criticize a vehicle. If something's patently unsafe, then you call them out on it. Because my family is on the road and I don't want unsafe vehicles being on the road. So if you see somebody doing something sketchy, calling them out on it's one thing. If they're being careless or reckless with a valuable, rare car, you can say something. You can even criticize someone's vehicle in a polite way. But you don't have to make an enemy in order to make a point. Just keep your mouth shut.